Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex. I think y'all can hear me. Let me see. Let me open up a screen for myself. This was yet another foot race all the way up to the end. And I asked myself, how long can I keep doing this? Well, that's interesting. And I asked my, okay, yes. All right. Okay, I got another screen open. Welcome, Church Nellie, Lydia, Mo Shannon, Carolyn Sowers. Welcome, P. Torma. Welcome to Royal Sussex. Verda Sanchez. Hi. Gwendolyn Daniels, Joseph Berno, Sonia Johnson, C. Mac. Welcome to Royal Sussex. Sister and Cece. Sugar Queen, Patty. Teresa Wiseman. Hi. Fancy Fancy. Perlina. Answer. Hi, Raven, Patty. Who else do we have here? Mystic Toxins. Okay, Catherine Bryan, Patricia Witherspoon, Joan Garcia. Hi. Welcome, Dorothy Ross. Hello, welcome. Um, and by the way, Dorothy, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Angela, one love. Okay, thank you. All right, that's good for now because we got a whole bunch of stuff to cover. Well, it looks like, and the reason why everything was like up to the last minute is because, as you know, I always try to make things as visual and easy to understand as possible, which doesn't explain how I fit into this. Northcott rather. I've never heard of her before on the Twitter, but I like her tweet. 3 white people telling a black woman that she's wrong in what she's saying and that she should be careful. That's the part that really stuck out is that she should be careful. Note how Dr. Shola is the only one who doesn't get to finish her sentences. Yet, oh, by the way, you know what I forgot to do? Let me do this really fast. I gotta let people on Twitter know that we're here. And also, if that's not enough, I have to let people in the community page know we're here. Okay. In progress, I guess I'll say in progress. I didn't get a chance to do a thumbnail. Okay. So, I mean, with all of this stuff with Angela Levin, yeah, Royal Report. Actually, I'm an expert on Prince Harry. I spent a whole year with Prince Harry, and we had a 10-minute conversation. And so I'm an authority on everything. I know all about Prince Harry. He's changed a lot since he met that Hollywood actress. Anyway, that Angela Levin. Now, I mean, note how Shola is the only one who doesn't finish her sentences, yet she's asked to wait and allow the interrupters to finish theirs. Yeah. So, did you guys all see that? Did you all see the warrior, Dr. Shola? Because, and you all, please pray this computer does not lock up on me because I have been doing a lot with it for the past couple of hours, and when that happens, sometimes it gets a little glitchy. So keep your fingers crossed. So far, I don't sound like I'm underwater, so that's a good thing. Okay, keep your fingers crossed, and let's get into it. So, as you know, this troll was on television today on Jeremy Vine as per usual, and she went there. If you all haven't seen it, I'm going to do my best to help you out. But Dr. Shola was phenomenal. She was absolutely phenomenal. She was yeah, she was all that. Dr. Shola was everything today. So let's see if we can do something about that. Be prepared to adjust your sound so at least you can hear the exchange between the two ladies as well as the two gentlemen who couldn't seem to keep up. Again, fingers crossed. I hope all of this works out for us today. I mean, I was up to the last minute with this, and let's see what happens.
The Queen's Platinum Jubilee, as she has loved the Commonwealth ever since she became Queen. It's a very long time, 70 years. And I think that these things, for once, must be put on one side, and it should be a glorious warm feeling between the Caribbean and the UK. I mean, when Catherine and William went to Belize, there was this demonstration, which was very embarrassing for them. So they moved away from where they were to an entirely different place. So there became another demonstration for people who were very upset that they'd been missed out, that looked forward to seeing the royal couple for a long time, and they were very unhappy that they moved away. So if the whole thing is cancelled, if the whole thing is cancelled, it means there's going to be an awful lot of people who love the royal family, particularly love the Queen, and they will feel that they've missed out for no good reason.
Angela, are you not embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed? No. You should be embarrassed. I mean, you talk about there should be a warm feeling.
Don't tell me how I should be.
There should be a warm feeling. For who and from whom? There's a certain thing at a certain time, and we should prioritize. You want to prioritize white supremacy over people's lives. Let me finish. I've not lost an argument. This is the point. No, I'm going to finish because I let her finish. I'm going to respond. Right. This is the point. The people in these countries are talking about the experiences that they've had. They are the descendants of the enslaved. You don't tell them, or put aside your feeling and be warm and receive, and glorify the Queen. That is wrong. And that's why I'm saying you should be embarrassed.
Ian wants to speak. You see, when you use these terms like white supremacy about a royal tour, you completely lose the argument. Whatever value your other arguments are, it disappears when you go to these.
Of course you would say that.
She can choose her words.
No, I don't need to. Listen, I'm speaking the truth, which you would like to call being ambivalent to the truth.
I'm speaking
the truth. No, it's not just my truth. It's the truth of the Caribbean people.
It's
the truth of colonized African nations. Because British Empire
this program
is
is not about monologues. It's about discussion. Are you going to allow me to have a word? Are you going to allow me to have a word, Shola?
Of course, I have. I heard, and that's why I'm responding.
Shola, pause. Come on.
Well, there you have it. There's a little bit more. Let's see. At a certain part, it repeats, but let's see where it leaves off. Let's try this one more time. This is continued.
I mean, seriously, this is not the way. This is not the way to debate.
Don't police tone what I'm responding back to you.
Here we go.
Shola, just handbrake on. Let Ian speak, and then we'll let you come back in.
This is as Angela rightly says, this is a visit to mark the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. You will admit that there are lots of people in the Caribbean who would like to celebrate this. There are people.
No.
You don't think there's anybody in the Caribbean that would like to celebrate the Queen's
You didn't say anybody.
Jubilee?
You said lots of people. They've got
there would be lots
councils
of people
in the Caribbean nations who have been trying to address the issue of reparations for years.
Yeah.
They're not interested in celebrating.
That's a legitimate debate.
I want to bring in Angela just a moment. Angela, when William and Kate walked into that row, it did show, didn't it, that we here are a little bit unsighted on some of the things that Shola's talking about. We're a bit out of touch with it.
Yeah. I think that if what she's saying is true, and I think she should be very careful what she says, because I know she's very anti-monarchy in the first place. But if what she's saying is true, there would be no Commonwealth left. There are 54 members who want to join the Commonwealth. They are there because they want to. There's no things that they have to do. They get together and they talk and they sort out issues that they have. And even those who've become Republican want to stay within the Commonwealth. Now, that is because they like the Queen and they like the royal family. It can't be any other way. They could all go whitewashing.
Even Prince Harry talked about that it is important for the Commonwealth to recognise its roots and legacy, or the royal family to do that.
But these countries are voluntarily members of the Commonwealth. None of them have left.
This cannot be
put
aside.
Why don't they leave? Why don't they leave? Why don't they leave then? Why don't all of these West Indian islands leave?
Shola and Ian,
just about the Commonwealth.
Angela, sorry.
It's about going to this country,
is like turning up at a party
and celebrating the British Empire. There is no British Empire. Nobody's interested in the white supremacy that British Empire
We need to take calls. Shola, listen,
we don't want it.
Listen to...
Dr. Shola say they don't want it. I was like, wow. That just, oh man, I tell you, Dr. Shola was like, they don't want it, you know, and just so that, can we just put this aside, so that we can celebrate there are people who want to celebrate. Obviously not bad enough. The conversation for reparations has been one that has been going on for quite some time. Now these Caribbean countries are making it very formal with written declarations or written statements saying that the conversation has to be had at this time. Or, as they said in Jamaica, we're moving on. We're moving on. And then, of course, Trinidad was like, oh, yeah, about those reparations. So there's 54 nations in the Commonwealth. This conversation, it has only just begun. This is not the beginning of the end. This is the end of the beginning, because you know, we are in the early days of a conversation that is going to be had in the future, because there's a lot of things that the British government could do. It's not necessarily put £1,000 in everybody's pocket, although that would be nice. But there are other things that they can do, such as debt forgiveness for some of these nations, and also education and infrastructure programs that the British government can provide for some of these nations to help them develop their economies, rather than just taking from those countries with resorts and other things that benefit Britain. There's ways that Britain could actually gift, give, or even through reparations, help these countries that need financial support. And then maybe, just maybe, um, we can set this aside so that everyone can rejoice in the Jubilee. Maybe we can do that then. St. Vincent Prime Minister will not be meeting with Edward and Sophie. He has a Dr. Shola appointment abroad. How convenient. I'm just kidding, not Dr. Shola, but a doctor's appointment with Dr. Shola. I'm just kidding. He's not going to meet Dr. Shola. Okay, squaddies, if you are from Nigeria, you will be able to understand that you cannot put Dr. Shola in your pocket. Never gonna happen. Okay. Grenada told them, don't bother coming here unless you're ready to discuss reparations. Yeah, absolutely. Oh boy, I tell you, this is what I said with the Cambridges. Just call it off. Unless you want to suffer through embarrassment, just call it off. Now, I'm going to admit that there wasn't the broad protest that I was expecting from the Cambridge's trip to the Caribbean. Oh, well, that's because people in the Caribbean are very polite and genteel with guests, and they always have been. That's one of the reasons why people go there. That's one of the reasons why I think the biggest group of tourists that travel to Jamaica are Americans, because of the laid back personality and nature that they expect to enjoy when they go to the Caribbean. They're not, very urban and rushed, and they're very polite to guests. However, they are speaking very direct about reparations and getting away from the colonial history. That doesn't prevent that conversation from happening. Of course, they were nice to the Cambridges. I've been saying this for months. The Commonwealth countries in the Caribbean, and I've been saying it on this channel, and no one responds until now. Okay. And let's see. I am a Jamaican, and I agree with everything Dr. Shola said, and it is the same for Africa. Let's see. Can you imagine telling Caribbean people to set aside? No, but Angela Levin can. This is the whole problem right there. Angela Levin could imagine. Not only imagine it, I think she's just done it. Wow, you guys, your comments are coming fast, very fast. Let's see. Pauline Allen says, hi, Baron and all squaddies taking part of today's chat. Love that I am able to do another lunch break with you all. Pauline Allen, I am so glad you're here. Okay, so let's listen to the shorter version that everyone has been, well, I think more people have seen the shorter version of this than the longer version. So I have that handy, and I'll do that before we go further. Lily Bell Grant says, why does white people love to tell black people that they should be grateful for the bit of grain they give us? When did Angela Levin become a mouthpiece to speak for the white people of the Commonwealth? I believe that since an air of entitlement is part of her DNA, I'm sure of that. She was born into that role. Let her tell it. Okay. Let's see.
Must be put on one side, and it should be a glorious, warm feeling between the Caribbean and the UK.
Angela, are you not embarrassed? Are you not
I can't
embarrassed?
hear
No.
you.
You should be embarrassed. I mean, you talk about there should be
Well,
a
I'm not
warm
embarrassed.
feeling.
Don't tell
on,
me
Angela.
how I
Talk
should
about there
be.
should
Hang
be
on.
a warm feeling. For who and from whom? You talk about, well, there's a
Don't tell
certain
me how I should
thing
be. Thank
at a
you very
certain time,
much.
and we should prioritize. You want to prioritize white supremacy
Oh, for God's
over
sake.
people's
come on.
lives.
You just
And
lose the
let me
argument.
finish.
You just
I've
lose
not
the
lost
argument
an
because
argument.
Ian hasn't spoken
This is
yet.
the point. No, I'm going to
No,
finish
get to
because
the end
I
of
let
the-
her
get to the
finish,
end
so
of the
I'm going to
sentence.
respond.
Right.
This is the point. The people in these countries are talking about the experiences that they've had. They are the descendants of the enslaved. You don't tell them, oh, put aside your feeling and be warm and receive, and glorify the queen. That is wrong. And that's what I'm saying. You should be embarrassed.
Ian wants to
Yes, absolutely. In Canada, thank you, Lorna Williams, for that. In Canada, 51% wish to end the monarchy. If Charles is king, that number grows up to 65%. Queen Camilla, 76% for abolishing the monarchy. I saw part of this statistic, but I didn't see like the additional numbers that you have. I only ever saw that 1%, 51% rather. So that's very interesting. But yeah, and take a look up there at the top again at what Northcote said. Three white people telling a black woman that she's wrong in what she's saying and that she should be careful. That's the part that stuck out with me. And she might want to be careful. Um, Note how Dr. Shola is the only one who doesn't get to finish her sentences, yet she's asked to wait to allow the interrupters to finish theirs. As per usual. As per usual. What did the guy say? Good God. Oh my God. Good God. As part of the Commonwealth, my personal belief is that when Queen Elizabeth passed on, many Commonwealth countries seek leave. As that's what I think a lot of people have been saying for the longest is that there's going to be a massive collapse of the Commonwealth as well as the monarchy itself. How long does the monarchy last after the Queen is gone? That's and as I've said, there's always going to be some type of monarchy. There's always going to be the a royal family in the UK, but to the point that they are living off the public purse, and at the point that they have what is it? The Queen can enjoy the use of 6 homes that are protected while she's not even there, that are heated and air conditioned even when she's not there, that maintain a full staff or partial staff even when she's not there. Um, isn't the British royal family the largest private landowners in all of the UK? And I think there's only some 16% of the land in the UK is actually settled by living, breathing people, and a large portion of that belongs to the royal family with the so-called green belt or green spaces and such that causes housing prices to go through the roof while the landed gentry enjoy very comfortable posh lifestyles with their own private parks, and most people can't even afford a place to live. So yeah, when you say that there's a time limit to how long the monarchy will be around, the way it functions today, that cannot go on. I mean, the Downton Abbey days are long gone. Okay. Let's see. B10 Powell says, I am so happy Dr. Shola fights back and not settle in corner when they say hateful things. Yeah, Dr. Shola, she's like, oh, I'm gonna finish. I am so gonna finish. Let me see. Dr. Shola is too polite. I would have said straight out to um uh oh yeah, shut the up and let me finish. She is better than me. Well, I mean, Dr. Shola has a way of inserting herself into the conversation. I mean, they try to shut her up, but they'll never shut her down. Those three white people and all who think like them only shows the total disconnect they have with people of the Commonwealth. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree. Let there be a new Commonwealth, no royal as head, free to choose their head leader, not one based on the old massa. Okay, and let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to do that. Beaton Powell, that was wishful thinking from someone who wished Harry was kissing her. Poor thing. She also had said she would take scissors and cut Meghan's wisp of hair. Oh, the messy bun thing. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is psychotic. That is absolutely psychotic if she said that. Let there be a new oh, I'm sorry, I went the wrong way. Monarchist like Troll Levin thinks everyone is in love with the queen. And okay, Baron, I don't drink, but I really need one now. I'm very angry with those people, but especially the ugly troll woman. Thank you, Dr. Shola. Yeah, Dr. Shola is a warrior. I mean, she is I tell you, I have the biggest crush on Dr. Shola. I love her. Hello, Sherry Ware. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Let's see. The Queen owns all the water rights surrounding the UK. This is true, Robert Collins. According to the law, she owns all the water rights around the UK and voluntarily gives up, I believe, 85% or something thereof to the government, and the rest, I believe, she gets to keep. And I don't know if that's part of the sovereign grant or not, but yeah, there's some very archaic laws that govern the UK in regards to what is a possession or property or rights of the sovereign. And some of those laws date back to medieval times, but they are definitely still on the books. So happy for Harry. Haters, eat your hearts out. The Invictus is a success from start to end. I can show you Wheels Out of Rhythm Dance and Police should be in an SNL skit. Yeah, we'll do that later for sure. Let me see. Okay. Those fools don't even know what they're saying. The Caribbean islands want to remove the Queen as head of state and replace with someone in their own country. The Commonwealth is a what is that? A trading body? Yeah, it's supposed to benefit everyone. But the thing is, how can you have the Queen as the head of state? And if you want to travel to the so-called motherland, if you want to travel to the home of the mother tongue, if you want to visit the capital, so to speak. But for people of color, almost exclusively, people of color find it nearly impossible to get a visa to go and walk past Buckingham Palace or to go and see some of those treasures that was taken from their lands during the colonial era. So if you are part of the Commonwealth and you're from certain countries, you are not allowed to freely travel between your home and, let's say, the National Museum or Westminster Abbey. You have to get a special visa to be able to travel, unless you're rich or unless you're from one of the mostly white countries. Then it's not likely that you have the freedom to go from one place to another, which is extraordinary when you consider how so many people have been able to traveled to the UK was begged after the war, the post-war era, please help rebuild the motherland. I mean, after all, we're all part of the same empire, and yet with the Windrush thing where they like lost all these records somehow, they want to put brown people out. And don't even get me started with the thing about kicking out the migrants and sending them to a nation where they don't even know anybody. You know, that whole thing is just, it makes me sick on the stomach. Hello, Sean. While we celebrate the Invictus being a success, do people know Will and Kate lost almost half the Commonwealth? I'm kind of sure they do now. And we're going to discuss that when I get to the Wessex couple, the Wessexes. We're definitely going to have Will do the celebratory dance where he lost nearly half the Commonwealth. And thank you for the super sticker. Okay, let's see. Dr. Shola is a wonderful, powerful, strong Black woman. Angela is telling Dr. Shola to be careful, and another Dumbo wants to push Harry and Meghan off the balcony. Yeah, I still can. That one, oh my, you know, when I woke up this morning, I'm just like, well, there won't be anything nearly as outrageous as that. And this certainly is not. Well, yes, it is, because one can really take what Angela said about being careful. And she ought to be careful. I didn't like the tone of that. I didn't think that there would be anything that sounds nearly as awful as yesterday. But then look at what we wake up to today. Okay, with that, let's see. What do I have coming down the pike? Okay, so let's get to that then. Earl and Countess of Wessex cancels trip to Grenada at the last minute. Abandonment comes after the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge face protests and criticism on their tour of the Caribbean. So now, which by the way, I didn't realize this, but when I'm looking at it now, I'm looking at what they're wearing. Obviously, that was this day, I think. That was this day that lovely non-binary royal couple, them and they, were out and about. So, yeah, that was obviously this. Is it? Yeah, it is. Let me see. The dress looks like a peacock threw up on it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. If the dress looks like a peacock threw up on it, then it must be the same one. Okay. So they are canceling their trip at the absolute last minute. Why did they cancel that trip? Well, as Sean alluded to, and there's no sense in dancing around this, so to speak. As Sean alluded to, it was because the Cambridges decided that they would carry on, keep a stiff upper lip and such, and that they would carry on and go on to the Caribbean. Now, I thought it was a bad idea. You guys knew it was a bad idea, although I have to say, some of you all were cheering on, hoping that they would go and praying that, that it would be a disaster. And how right you were. I said myself, I said, you know what? If I was them, I didn't think they would go. I honestly did not think the Cambridges would go, but they just big fat went anyway, and the worst possible thing happened. And now they have been branded colonizers. So when they do come to the United States, I tell you, it I can't wait for it. I really can't wait for it. Yep. Okay, there we go. I think I okay, anyway. So without further ado, let's just, this is like a tradition on Royal Sussex. So let's do the thing. Let's do it. We have to. Yes, we have to. We have to do this. Okay. That is what happened. They danced, they wiggled, they jiggled, and they lost half the Commonwealth. So that's what they're doing now. They're wiggling and jiggling and losing half the Commonwealth. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for them. So, okay. One more time, and then we're going to move on. Okay, one more time, and we shall keep calm and carry on. We will keep calm and carry on. Okay, let's do this. Okay, hit it. Okay, so that is what's happening with that. Uh Let me go to your comments. Keep calm and wiggle on. Oh boy. Okay, so how is the queen the head of state when when her subjects have not considered the same? People like Angela and the men in gray suits are saying yes or no, and the queen abides with what they want. It appears to be that way, and it's been said for quite some time that the men in gray suits are the ones that really call the shots. I wonder how many men in gray suits are still alive. I mean, do they bring in new gray suits? Is there like the old guard that has been there, let's say some of them for 30 years? I know she has some advisors that are close to her, but they have kept a very low profile as of late. So, okay, let's see here. Oh, okay, we'll get back to that one. So, is there anything else that you guys would like to say about the Caribbean for now? And we can definitely come back and talk about it later. Yet they still don't think to apologize or stop the smear campaign against Meghan and Harry. Maybe if they pretend to be remorseful or something. Yeah. And for what it's worth, you have to know that some of this fallout that's happening with the Caribbean is because of the way they mistreated the Duchess of Sussex. I mean, nobody says it in those terms that it's direct, but as the one guy said in Jamaica, we'd like to see Harry and Meghan. It'd be different if you sent Harry and Meghan, but Will and Kate, not so much. I mean, in so many words. So, okay, Lord Baltimore was so into his hips, he never took hold of his partner's hand. Harry would have. Okay, let me see. Vancouver and Whistler have been awarded. Yes, we're going to talk about that actually. We're going to talk about that. And with that, let's have a break beat from our Afro Annie, and then we'll move on to that. Okay. Afro Annie, where are you? Break beat. I like the way Duchess Meghan walked onto the stage. Her confidence is big. Her smile is beautiful. Her cheeks glow. Her eyes pointed sharply to her destination. She ain't scared or shy. A powerful and confident woman staring from the eyes, or what is that? Staring from the eyes around the world. I love my queen, Meghan. Isn't that wonderful? And, I have to say, in that moment, this was a very powerful walk to the center of the stage. Very powerful, very empowering walk to the center of the stage. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh yeah, got to share that with the squad. But yeah, this photo, I mean, this guy described every heartbeat of this moment. Absolutely. Every heartbeat. That's right. That is so right. Thank you for that. Yeah, everybody's smiling and let's see. The lady is walking with purpose. Absolutely. Yeah, they are in awe. That is what you call star quality. Let's see. If you watch The Crown, the gray suits groom the next generation of gray suits. Yeah, that is very accurate, I believe. That's why they um ideology is old vanish. They have the it was always done this way attitude. Oh yeah, it was always done this way. I mean, after all, it was always done this way. I mean, that's the way it's always been. After all, that's the way it's always been. Okay, so okay, and then take a look at this. Deputy Chair of NATO Military Committee Lieutenant General Lance Landrum and military representatives from several allied partner nations attended the 2020 Invictus Games in The Hague, the Netherlands. This guy right here is military big brass. I mean, take a look at all those stars on his what do they call those epaulets on his shoulder there. There were quite a few military brass proudly walking around admiring the strength of these athletes. And when I saw that, I was so proud for Prince Harry. I mean, that was incredible the way that these folks were walking around and admiring the resilience of the athletes. So when people try to tell you that um, the Sussexes, well, not people, derangers, when they try to tell you that um, the Sussexes are irrelevant or they're no longer royals, you know, this photo says something totally opposite of their mind games that they're playing. Totally opposite. Let's see. We all are proud of Meghan. Okay. And hi, Joan Garcia. But don't forget the rag said no one of high rank would meet with Harry. Yes, that is what the rag said. And we all know the rags are never wrong, right? They never get it wrong. Um, even little Archie is into the moment. How cute is that? So take a look at this. There was another royal besides King Willem. There was Romanian Prince Radu met with Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and the Romanian team at Invictus Games, sports event for veterans at Zuda Park in The Hague. So there you have a prince, the Prince of Romania. That's why I say there will always be a royal family, but of course, Romania does not have a sovereign and hasn't had one for quite some time. There's a lot of royals around here that are not sovereigns or, royals that are not taking money from the public purse, but they still show up at events. They still cut ribbons. They still maintain an expat community around the world that admire them. And this is the future of the British royal family. They're not going to be of an official capacity. You won't have the embarrassment of like a G8 summit and you have a sovereign and you have the prime minister. You know, everybody else has one leader, but when the British show up, there's the sovereign and the prime minister. That always looked weird to me, but that's the way they do things for now. Okay. And then on to the next slide. As mentioned before, Invictus games coming to Canada. Yes, Invictus games are coming to Canada. So that is in 2025 to Vancouver and Whistler. So that is exciting news. And look, I'm so excited. I just can't fight it. And I'm about to lose control. And I think I want to. I want to. Oh man. But yeah, that's going to be great and I can't wait for that. Let me see. Did I have a video for that? I don't actually have one for that, but I have quite a few videos for today, which is a good thing. So let's celebrate that with this one video that I concocted just for the flavor. We'll do this one. Okay, yeah, sorry, that was kind of loud. But anyway, the good thing is you don't ever have to see it again. But yeah, so they were partying last night at the Invictus Games, and that is great. Let's see here. As Invictus continues to adapt and evolve, I am extremely excited to announce that the Invictus Game Foundation has selected Canada to host the first ever Winter Hybrid Games in 2025, said Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. The Invictus Games Vancouver Whistler 2025 will offer a global platform to expand the range and profile of winter adaptive sports. With deep respect, I'm also pleased to share that the Games in Canada will be held in partnership with the First Nations in the spirit of truth and reconciliation with Indigenous communities. Now, did you all get that? That means that there will be an active participation in these games with the Indigenous community of Canada. I love that. I absolutely love that. So that is great news for Canada and great news for the Indigenous nations within Canada. And I believe that this may be a first of its kind for a big event to have that type of participation. I may be wrong about that, but anyway, it is great news. I tell you, Prince Harry is a man among men, you know? He's the king. Prince Harry is simply the king. Charles is psychotic, according to Jobson and Dan Wooten. He knew Harry was going to be interviewed and told Harry not to talk about it. He talked to Harry 15 minutes before he met his grandmother. Well, as far as we know, it is still alleged that he spoke to Harry for 15 minutes. Harry's people have not confirmed that. And so, unless we hear it from the Sussexes, then let's just put an asterisk next to that because we don't know that to be true. Because there are no leaks in Montecito. There are no leaks in Montecito. Okay, so but that is what the papers want us to believe. Gosh, almost an hour. You guys good so far? Is everybody good? Because I still got a lot of stuff to cover. Good grief. I'm going to be at this for a while, I think. And I was thinking to myself, how cool it would be if I could get out of here in an hour today, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Okay, let's see. So, not so snubbed after all. Not so snubbed after all. What a snub. When you are no longer royal, you're really unwanted, right? Well, there's Prince Harry with King Willem. If he was any more snubbed by the Dutch royal family, I guess he would cry all the way back to California. Oh, that is a good idea. Start saving to attend Invictus in Vancouver. By then, Archie will be around 6 and Lily 4. So I'm sure Meghan and Harry will bring them. Can't wait. Oh yeah, because there's all kind of little kiddie stuff to participate in at those games. I could see Archie driving one of those Range Rovers. But yes, there's King Willem. Look at this big snub. Look at that. Bright smiling faces, cheering, doing the hokey pokey or something like that. I think they were doing the hokey pokey. Now, if you're snubbed, if you have contempt for your cousin, and I do say cousin, I believe that is Harry's cousin of some sort. As you know, they're all related over there, all the royals. That's quite some snub when you are doing the hokey pokey and turning yourself around. Hello, Ivy here. Hi, Ivy. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, take a look there. Snubbed. Yeah, I mean, Prince Harry is just in awe of the fact that he has been roundly snubbed by the Dutch royal family. Yeah, I can see how bothered he is. I mean, he's smiling. King Willem is smiling. Everybody's smiling, but Prince Harry was snubbed. Don't forget that they didn't want him there. They didn't offer him a room, which is protocol when the British royals visit another country. Harry is there working. He ain't got time to be sitting around somebody else's palace. That was insulting for them to even make the assumption that Prince Harry was expecting to freeload. But again, that is that narrative that they use with the Sussexes to try to make them seem as childlike as possible, when the Sussexes, of course, are not looking for handouts. I don't know how to tell them this, but I keep saying it and they don't listen to me. They're rich. The Sussexes are rich. They don't need anybody's handouts. They're not asking for that. Harry was there to work, not to sponge off of someone. I mean, his name is Harry, not Andrew. That's Prince Harry, right? There's a difference. So, get it straight, y'all. Get it straight. Okay, so I'm bringing up some additional slides that I need for today. That was one. Here's another one. And again, everything was right up to the wire with today's podcast. Thank you all for being here on Royal Sussex. Don't forget to hit the like or share button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to Royal Sussex. I tell you, by the end of the month, we may have Royal Sussex up to 14,000 subscribers. Wouldn't that be extraordinary? So please, if there's anyone who you think may be interested in the, I guess, Sussex side of the story, if you will, please recommend Royal Sussex. Okay, so carrying on. Oh, by the way, let me take a look at your comments here. Phew, there goes my, I'll be out of here in an hour. Not one of the men are wearing neckties. They are really laid back. Good eye, Dorothy Ross. Great eye you have there. Unlike Will, who has to wear a white uniform and drive in a Land Rover. Yeah, they are all very laid back and comfortable with each other, just hanging out. Okay, Baron, and someone needs to tell the royals that they can keep their titles, etc. Harry and Meghan don't want that life. Exactly. I love when those royal roader people say it's only their titles that give them any type of cachet. They need those titles for the stardust. Harry and Meghan have moved beyond all of the titles and pomp and pageantry. If someone wants to show some type of royal deference, that's on them. It is not required. They do not ask for it. They simply want to be. That's it. They're not trying to push in on people. Like, for instance, this situation right here. That person did that because they wanted to. They didn't have to, but they wanted to show respect to the Duchess of Sussex and the Duke of Sussex, as well as to the Queen. You know, that's not for the Duchess of Sussex directly. That is for the respect to the crown. So if someone wants to do that, that's their call. But it's not required. See there? The Duchess of Sussex is very gracious enough to accept this gesture, but it's not required. That's not why she's there. So, anyway, but I love the fact that that person had enough respect to do that anyway. Respect our queen like you respect the other queen. Okay, looks like the rest of the royal family understood the assignment. No robes, trumpets, etc. Look at that king. Exactly. Let's go back to that. Yeah, take a look at that. That was the assignment. Welcome, King Willem Alexander. We are honored with your visit to the Invictus Games, The Hague 2020. You see that? Welcome. And they are just casually relaxed, hanging out with one another. That's all it takes. There are 1,100 of you all in here. Thank you for that. And welcome to Royal Sussex. Okay, so moving on. Oh, by the way, did I have anything to go with that? Let me make sure. Okay. Oh, I don't want to forget that one. That's a good one. Okay, I think I'm good so far. Yeah, we'll see. Let's move on. The way Baldy and Mute came out to take attention and how no one noticed them. Just because your family tells you you are special does not mean you are special to the rest of the world. Okay, Avery, thanks to you. Avery, this one is dedicated to you. This one is dedicated to you. Let me take one of these away just in case I can't have too many of these videos lined up. Okay, so I'm going to dedicate this one to Avery. Thank you for that suggestion that you didn't know you just made. Okay. Okay, so Avery said, and no one noticed. And that reminded me of something I just put together for you guys.
Meghan in a Valentino white. Compare, I hate to do this, but compare Meghan in a Valentino white, absolutely wowing the crowds, and dear Kate in that very staid 1940s Amelia Wickstead coat.
Oh, you are really winding me up now. Yeah.
Well, I knew that would upset you, Richard, because I know you're more of a Middleton kind of girl and you like the sort of twin set and pearls 50s look. But all I'm saying is, who's speaking to the future generations, the younger generations? It's Meghan. You know why? Compare, I hate to do this, but compare Meghan in a Valentino white, absolutely wowing the crowds, and dear Kate in that very staid 1940s Amelia Wickstead coat.
Oh, you are really winding me up now. Yeah.
Well, I knew that would upset you, Richard, because I know you're more of a Middleton kind of girl and you like the sort of twin set and pearls 50s look. But all I'm saying is, who's speaking to the future generations, the younger generations? It's Meghan.
So you see there, when I tell you guys, I was working up to the very last minute today. Believe it or not, I only just put that together a little while ago, that and a few others, and I was literally sitting here with sweat on my brow, but I just wanted to make sure that we tell the story properly, so that there's no confusion about the position the Sussexes are in today compared to that woefully inadequate couple that are the future futures of the throne. So anyway, but yeah, that was but I have to say I really enjoyed putting that together. You know how I am. I just kind of smiled and laughed all the way through it, but it is true. Meghan is the future, and she doesn't have that eye. Oh, thank you so much. She doesn't have that eye toward the 1940s. I feel sorry for Edward and Sophie because Willie and his Stepford wife disastrous Caribbean tour, they have had to alter their tour because some of the islands think it will be too expensive. And it will be too expensive. And yes, the host islands are the ones that have to pay for it. You know, they're the ones that pay for it. The royals are not paying for it, even though you would think that the fact that they're promoting Britain. But the reason why they haven't paid for it in the past is because, let's face it, the appearance of the royals in the past would have bolstered the images of the local politicians or, you know, whoever. It would have helped bolster their positions. And yes, if some people would actually make some money from it. But nowadays, it's just too much of a burden on the national purse of any given nation that they should have to support those two. So, or anybody else from the family, that wants to come and visit on one of these vanity tours. So, okay. Thank you again for that, Avery. And let's move on. Next slide. There you have it. I love the fact that Prince Harry, a man's man, if you will, a man's man, Prince Harry is he has enough self-confidence that he will cheerfully accept a bouquet of flowers on behalf of the Sussexes. And anyway, if you guys don't know the story behind this, I wanted to make sure, because when I saw the photos, I'm just like, I didn't know what it was about. So I had to translate what you see on the left side. I had to copy it, translate it, because it was like there was no point in sharing it if nobody knows what it means, except for like Helene. Helene knows because I believe it's in Dutch. But anyway, I will go on to show you right here. Today was a special day because Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, guests of honor of Invictus Games, paid a visit at the Loche restaurant with the UK team. That's why I have very special, meaningful flowers chosen. The peony, or is it peony? Meghan's favorite flower, forget-me-nots in honor of Princess Diana, and lily of the valley, name of their daughter. Okay, so this is translated, so it's not perfect, but that's what it says. So I thought that was absolutely lovely. And of course, I found a video that I'm going to share with you. I didn't know what the video was when I first saw it, but then after I read and did a little research on that, then it all made sense to me. So how about that? The Sussexes were so classy and so and the restaurant, they were so honored to have the Sussexes and the British team there that I mean, how many restaurants do that? Who does that? Send a bouquet of flowers as a way to say thank you for coming to eat at our restaurant. I thought that was incredible. That must have like been the biggest day they ever had at that restaurant. Stuff like this just makes you want to go to The Hague, right? I mean, who would have thought that there would be so many warm, friendly, lovely people in The Hague? We always think of The Hague with a trial and all that kind of stuff, and we think it's like some kind of penal colony from history or something. When The Hague is filled with beautiful architecture, canals, people riding their bikes, all that kind of stuff. So now I'm just like so heartbroken I couldn't go, but once I settle some things I need to do here, I promise myself I am gonna have to go to The Hague. Let me see, get in the wagon and horses and let them sit on it. Okay, let's see. Anything for the flowers? You guys got anything for that? Wonderful day in The Hague, right? It's got to be the best. Exactly. She isn't bright at all. Joan, she always wasn't good at anything, but her sister was always good at everything, according to her Uncle Gray. Uh, oh gosh, who is that? Is that those Middletons? Okay, so if we're done with the flowers, let's move on. Okay, this guy right here. So I told you guys there was actually I do have something for that too. Let me see. This guy made a promo video and I remember watching it. I think I shared it with you guys before the Invictus games. And I'm just like, you know what? That is so incredible. And I hope we get a chance to.
I'm U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Sean Reynolds, part of Team U.S. Invictus. Looking forward to see everybody in The Hague. Good luck to all the participants. Looking forward to bring home the gold.
It looks like he did bring home the gold. I think that's gold, right? Now, remember we watched that before? And look at there. He's got his gold medal. That is incredible. What, we watched him like, what, a week ago or something like that? Maybe 8 days ago? And there he is. He's got his gold medal. So I'm pretty sure that it was all that positive energy that the Sussexes put out there that helped this guy. So you guys helped him win this because we were all rooting for him.
Looking forward to bring home the gold.
Now, the other young lady that I showed at the same time, I don't know what happened to her. I could not find her in that's not her there, but I could not find her in any of the videos, so or any of the photos. So anyway, okay, let's move on, shall we? But yeah, I was glad to find that. I love how people just casually add Sussex Squad in posts related to Harry and Meghan. Have you guys noticed that? people are using hashtag Sussex Squad. They're not even squaddies, but the squad is going to grow significantly as a result of the Invictus games because people are using hashtag Sussex Squad. In case you guys didn't know that, now you do. And the other thing that I noticed is that our Duchess looks so radiant and beautiful in this photo that she took with whoever that is. What's his name? But yeah, I love this photo. Absolutely gorgeous, radiant, earthly, warm, friendly. And let's see. Okay, so we were trying to sort this out yesterday. Former Marine, I guess is Gel Vandersteen, was due to compete in wheelchair basketball at Invictus game, but had to pull out due to an operation last week. However, so eager to cheer on his Netherlands teammates today, Gel arranged to be wheeled to the court on his recovery bed. This man is literally cheering his teammates from a hospital bed. I just couldn't wrap my brain around that. I'm just like, wait a minute. So then when I saw this tweet, I'm like, okay, now that makes sense. And if you check it out, no event compares. Invictus Games shows fighting spirit again. So this guy has become a bit of a hero because of his determination to cheer his teammates. I mean, for some reason, and sorry for saying this, but I'm thinking Weekend at Bernie's. I'm just like, oh, that's what it reminds me of. Thank you, Teresa Myers. I'm glad you're having a good day. I'm so glad you're having a good day. Um, Play was held up at the Invictus Games on Thursday by late arrival to the wheelchair basketball. Jel Vandersteen, a mainstay at the Dutch national side, had to make a late withdrawal from the tournament after he was hit by illness and forced into surgery. But as his teammates prepared for tip off in The Hague, a former Marine was escorted onto the court in his hospital bed so he could share the moment. The Netherlands went on to beat Canada 23-10. Now that is just absolutely lovely. How could you? I mean, let's go back and take a look at that. Take a look at that. Incredible. It was even in the Guardian. And then take a look at this. As I've been saying, there has been some military big brass hanging around at the Invictus Games. Another beautiful day at the Invictus Games. And there you can see our friend in his hospital bed. There you can see his friend in his hospital, and our friend in his hospital bed. And this admiral, general, whatever he is, he's just talking to him. I mean, it got so casual. He didn't laid his hat on the bed, like, yeah, and such and such, so and so. And I knew that they were going to beat Canada, blah, 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 blah. I mean, just like it's no big deal that this man is being wheeled around. This is why I wish I could have been there. This man is being wheeled around at the Invictus Games in a hospital bed. I wonder if he's going to get his own talk show or a reality show or something. This guy deserves something special for having shown up in a hospital bed to the Invictus Games. They should give him a medal just for his determination. I know. I love it too. This guy is just like all over the place in his hospital bed. Oh well. And some of the photography at these Invictus Games have been so inspiring. I mean, look at that. That is just totally mystical. I love this. Um, there's so many things going on in this photo, but I just love it for its aesthetic quality. Amazing. The sky, the flag, the canopy created from the flag. The way the photo was angled and everything, perfection. So another great moment at the Invictus Games. Well, I mean, this hospital bed probably, maybe it was provided by Range Rover. Maybe that's a Range Rover hospital bed. Okay, so, oh my God, they are so delusional. It's sending me. Well, apparently, there have been so many people trying to say that Harry and Meghan was snubbed by the community in California, frozen out of the A list, and so on and so forth. Looks like everybody's glad to meet him to me. Harry is Team USA. Oh, speaking of which, now that reminds me myself that I have another video that I want to share. I told you all I have been busy as a cat covering up poop. I have been busy. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Yes. Yes, there it is. So, in other words, I guess what we're trying to say is Harry, one of us. Harry, one of us. Just like the Italian said, Meghan, one of us. Harry is one of us. He is one of us. That's what he is. He's one of us. He's our family now. Yep. He's our family now. He's one of us. He's an American, enveloped by the American flag, the old stars and stripes. He's home now. Yep, he's home. Thank you, Princess Diana. He has found a way out of that family. He's one of us. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, let's see. I think I'm done with those slides. And onto this one. What was that they used to say? The strange, the bizarre, and the unexpected. This was a great time. Thomas and I promised each other it was going to be a party, and it was. I got the poll up all 3 times. I guess you okay, the poll up. I had to think about that one. But but it wasn't the most important. The wall of support I met in there was lifting. I mean, it's lifting me. Makes you so happy. I can't thank them enough. For me, that support is not taken for granted. I feel that they are delivering above the norm, and that just makes me so happy. The Minnie Mouse ears were to make a little gack and lies. There needs to be room for that, and it worked. There were smiles all around. Okay, so that was cool. Um, and let me give you a better view of the Minnie Mouse. Ta-da! Oh, see, I put the bigger print there so that I wouldn't have to squint my eyes. See there? I forgot I had put that over there. All right, so there you go. It's in bigger print there. I was prepared and forgot I was prepared. So yeah, that is quite a look. That is quite a look. That is the most, I think that he deserves a medal for the most original look of the Invictus Games. Don't you agree? And there you have it. Team USA still working hard at Invictus. And they're on the right side. Favorite part. We are Invictus is the movement aspect and growth experienced by all. I would say so. I think that everyone who comes out of the Invictus Games, even if they're not participants, everybody seems to have grown a bit. So, um, And before I forget, I have another video I would like to share. Before I forget, let me do this. It's not even related to what I just said, but I have it, so I shall share it. Because, like you, I couldn't be there. And we couldn't be there, but we can still see some things. So where? Oh, there it is. So sightings like that was not unusual at the Invictus games. Yeah, I mean, you're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, Harry goes whizzing by on his bike. I'm pretty sure everyone who was there has had an opportunity to see Harry at one point or another. And there you have Team USA supporters meet the Lion, as portrayed by the Dutch volunteer at Nations Home, as an added bit of atmosphere for athletes, friends, and family. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so any comments here? Okay. Connie Balmer. I don't believe Hollywood A-listers have snubbed our faves. That's impossible to include everyone. Rubbish. Absolutely. I think the Sussexes are at the top of just about everybody's list. This was yesterday. Give South Africa and other countries back their stuff. Well, that is that is pretty typical that you'll hear that this more often, is that people, along with reparations, they want their treasures back. They want their treasures back. 530-carat gem was mined and stolen in South Africa back in 1905 and had an estimated worth of $400 million. Like I said, the conversations are just starting. TCC son, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex, and happy Friday to you. Okay, and then there's this. Someone on the squad made that one space. There's a lot of space between us right now. That's a monumental understatement. There's a lot of space between us. Let me see. They hate royal work, don't they? Who could blame them? Yeah, apparently the woman who was at BAFTA is now working for them. And still they allow moments like this to happen. Kate looks like she has to pee so bad. And William, he looks like William. Nothing has changed. They still are Will and Kate. So they went to some event to look as though they were interested in something to do, I think, with Ukraine, but they look disengaged. These are the photos that were released that are supposed to show you how engaged they are. There's Harry riding on one of the golf carts. Love this photo. Harry's always looking down the line to see what's coming. As you can see, he's not sitting back in the seat and, casually moving about. Harry has an eye on all things Invictus. So here's another example of something I wanted to show you here. If you notice that Harry, his photo kind of reminds you of this photo. I love that. They take photos with other people and just that star quality is beaming out of them. So yeah, when I saw this photo, immediately I thought, That reminds me of that photo. I'm going to have to figure out some kind of way to put the two of them together. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I got to figure out how to put the two of them together. That would just make sense. But yeah, love that. And here you have the Duchess of Sussex. I call this the boss look. When I saw this in New York, I'm like, here comes the boss. The Duchess of Sussex just looks like the boss. I mean, she is the boss in that outfit. She is giving me boss. Everybody, the boss is here. That's all I have to say about that. But if you haven't been able to see a head to toe image of the beige coat wearing beige from head to toe, I believe they call it monochromatic. There you are. And another one right here. Truly inspirational morning. Two bloody awesome people. And remember, you guys, listen to the very wise words of Eve Arden. If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. Do you know I've been waiting all day to say that? If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. I have been waiting all day to say that. Okay, one more time. If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. Okay, I got that out my system. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you. Okay. So exactly. If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. Woo! Okay, y'all, I have been on my best behavior for at least 10 minutes. Please indulge me. Be an athletic supporter. Let's see. Okay. You know what? I got to all of my videos. I'm happy for that. I don't have anything else. That is good. Okay. Let's move on, shall we? If you can't be an athlete, Gene, be an athletic supporter. Oh, y'all gonna be laughing at. I know. I was gonna just say that's gonna be stuck in your head all day. If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. Okay, y'all, we got to move on because I told y'all I have to get out of here soon. Let's see. The Queen's car forced to swerve during birthday trip drive. I don't know how true this is. It was in the Telegraph, but I'll say this much: people are very nervous for the Queen. Some people that she had to move to another location for whatever reason. Okay, interesting that this would be reported the day after Prince Harry's comments about Her Majesty the Queen being safe and surrounded by the right people. We still don't know what he meant, but if anything, anyone is going to pay more attention to her welfare. So, yeah, just interesting, right? Very, very interesting. Prince Harry was a guest today at the German embassy in The Hague, and there he is in a group shot at the German embassy. That's our Harry taking care of business. Royal family told to avoid phony sanctimony over slavery as Edward and Sophie prepare for visit to Caribbean. Well, that's obvious that they are going to have to walk a fine line. It's not going to help them much, but that's what they were told. And Grenada canceled Antigua reparations demand. St. Lucia reparations demand. St. Vincent Republican PM calling for all Caribbean countries to. I can't believe you know what I didn't. I know what it said. It was abolish the monarchy. That's what got cut off. But yeah, he wants. So St. Vincent's Republican Prime Minister is calling for all Caribbean nations to abolish the monarchy. Sorry, I cut that off. Oh, all right. Well, you know what? I just got through all of my slides. That didn't take as long as I thought it would. Let me see if I want to share anything with you from yesterday. I guess no, I think we're good. And with that, let me as per usual say thank you so much to our two queens, Queen Diana, our Queen of Hearts, Princess Diana, Queen of Hearts, and Queen Doria, the Queen of Everything. Okay, and so we'll hang out with Eve Arden here for a minute. And with that, I will take a couple of comments. Hello, Squatty. Seems like I made the chat and didn't make the chat anyway. Have a great day, everyone, and thumbs up. TT Carter, you can always go back and rewatch it. I hope you will. All right. People from around the globe are calling themselves Sussex Squad and Team Sussex to show their connectedness and support for Meghan and Harry. Absolutely. That is one of those unintended consequences of the games, is that the Sussex Squad has grown significantly since the start of the games. They would accommodate, even at this time, that they want out of the Commonwealth. Yes, absolutely. Can't wait for Ginger Avengers Son and video. Yes. Prince Harry couldn't talk about protecting the Queen when all was well. I hope they are hiding her away so Harry will know where she is. Will not know where she is. Interesting. Dolores Williams, you misunderstood. I don't want to get involved with that one. Sometimes these conversations is happening on the side. I want to stay out of those. Okay, well, the other day, one of the videos that was a really big hit was the one that actually someone had asked if I would redo it. And is this it? No, it's like a collection of Invictus videos. So I'm going to put that on and we can look at it if you like. But we're going to wrap it up soon, just so you know. I appreciate all, I think 1,200 of you all that were here today. Oh, there it is. Invictus. I found it.
I love you. I need you. I want you for my whole life. Do you want to be my wife?
Yes.
Prince William bro.
Spots Royal.
Mikhailovich. Polska.
Prince Harry, Sussex squad.
Mikhailovich. Polska.
Prince Harry, Sussex squad.
Ador momentele alături de tine. Chiar și când ești lângă mine, mi-e dor de tine. In English now. I love you. I need you. I want you for my whole life. Do you want to be my wife?
Okay, so yeah, you guys, you can go ahead and take off if you want to, because we are just about done, and we're going to avenger ourselves out of here. I'm going to look for that video that Persephonus wanted. I believe that's the one with the coat where she walks in the white suit. I do have it. Just need a moment to cue it up here. And then we are going to avenger ourselves out of here. Thank you all so much for watching Royal Sussex. It has been a lot of fun. And I have some things I have to do this afternoon. So I am going to get out of here a little later, but I'm okay. I'm glad that we could be together today. Okay. Why am I having trouble bringing that one up? But yeah, so that's it, you guys. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'm pretty sure that there's been some news happening while I've been talking here. Here's the coat video.
What's the name? Clara. Ja hoor. Ja hoor. Ja hoor. Oh fuck, oh fuck.
In a Valentino white. Compare, I hate to do this, but compare Meghan in a Valentino white, absolutely wowing the crowds, and dear Kate in that very staid 1940s Amelia Wickstead coat.
Oh, you were really winding me up now, yeah.
Well, I knew that would upset you, Richard, because I know you're more of a Middleton kind of girl and you like the sort of twin set and pearls 50s look. But all I'm saying is, who's speaking to the future generations, the younger generations? It's Meghan.
We either love to be on one side or your family, a really polarising subject that we either love to be on one side or the other of. And I think it's really unfair for us to make decisions about what they should be doing and whether they should be coming back. They're a family. If they want them to come back and they decide to spend time with their grandma, then they should do. And the idea that you're calling it could be a distraction and Prince Charles is worried. Well, the distraction proves that beside the Queen, Harry and Meghan are the most popular royals. And so basically,
I think they're the most
you only need to look at
controversial.
today's front pages and the whole weekend to see that Harry and Meghan, if they can splash a picture of Harry and Meghan anywhere with a headline, they will do it. So I'm a producer and I have also worked for Netflix. So I will say this to you. We all say that Harry and Meghan want their privacy, but they want to be in the public eye. They just didn't want to be bullied, abused and harassed by the press. They didn't say that they were never going to come out again and do things on their own terms.
No, they are for privacy.
Shining a light on the Invictus games, heroes and veterans who should have a light shone on them.
You cannot be a royal and get rich, and Prince Andrew's tried to do that, and it's disastrous. At least they've said, we divorce the royal family and we'll get rich separately.
Are you really holding them to different standards than the rest of the royal family? Because we have a whole list that we could bring up of Fergie, Andrew and all the rest of them who have tried to use their royal connections to get meetings and business deals for people outside of this country with our government. That you're holding them to completely different standards.
Let's have some calls.
People love them. They're popular.
That's very interesting, yeah.
We either love to be on one side or
Okay, you guys, let's ginger avenge. And it has been great today. I'm so glad that we could hang out and everything. And I think we are done. Who wants the last word of the day? Oh, I was looking for another one, Bellissima. I was looking for this other clip and I cannot find it anywhere. And I'm just like, if I could find it, that would be epic. But I am not so lucky with that today. Let me see if I could just remember the title, but Anyway, it was the one that I really wanted to show today, and yeah, that one is going to be impossible. Fudge, fudge, fudge. That was the one that I was like, y'all remind me to show that video, but that's okay. I will show it tomorrow, I hope. But yeah, so last word of the day, and then we are going to ginge, avenge, and we'll all take care of our business. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Last word, last word. Anybody? Okay, cookies and cream. Yes, yes. Ginger Avenge. Cookies and cream says, please everyone stay safe and hydrate. So, okay, Q Ginger Avenger. Let's see, Q Ginger Avenger. Oh, there we go. Go Ginge.
War on terror. And a courageous group of men and women stepped forward to say, me, I will go. And that includes you, Harry. You live by a simple principle: serve together, recover together. It's a philosophy not limited by the flag you wear. Your brothers and sisters in arms are connected by something so much deeper than the borders that separate us. And you've dedicated your time, talents, and heart to lifting up service members from around the globe.
And Prince Harry, thank you for your service during 2 tours in Afghanistan with the British Army and for being a champion of veterans in this community.
I'd now like to introduce Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, who's a humanitarian, mental wellness advocate, environmentalist, and military veteran. As co-founder of Archwell, he is focused on driving systemic change across all communities through nonprofit work as well as creative activations. The mission across Archwell, which currently includes Archwell Foundation, Archwell Productions, and Archwell Audio, is united behind the deeply held belief that compassion is the defining cultural force of the 21st century. In fact, Prince Harry has dedicated his life's work to advancing causes that he is passionate about. He is the founder of the Invictus Games, a platform for wounded, injured, and sick service personnel to use sport as part of their rehabilitation, something I know a little about, as well as Travelist, a nonprofit entity comprised of several of the largest online travel agencies in the world. Additionally, he co-founded Santa Bali with his dear friend, Prince Seso of Lesotho, in memory of their mother's charitable work in combating the HIV crisis, and serves as president of the African Parks, a non-governmental organization focused on protecting Africa's ecosystems in partnership with local communities and governments. He was named Chief Impact Officer at Better Up, a world-class coaching platform that helps people everywhere achieve their own version of peak performance, and serves on the Aspen Institute Commission on Information Disorder, which brought together critical voices across public, private, and civil society landscape to respond to today's mis- and disinformation crisis. Prince Harry served in the British Army for 10 years, rising to the rank of captain and undertaking 2 tours in Afghanistan. And I must say, it's been my absolute privilege to work with him. Prince Harry, over to you, sir.
Ken, thank you very much. It's nice to see you looking so well after this last year. And I've certainly missed you, and thank you for that introduction. Dr. Biden, it's an absolute pleasure and a joy to see you again after so many years, as you quite rightly pointed out. This week, 7 years ago, I think was the first time that we met in the Invictus Games in London, and then again in Orlando, and again in Toronto. And you don't need to hear this from me, but from everybody on this call and everybody across the entire military community across the world, thank you for your service and your just continued support over all these years. It's been fantastic to see you in action in various parts of the world, giving everything that you've got to so many people, to not just those who wear the uniform, but to the families as well. A lot of them wouldn't be here without you. So thank you. And just an enormous hello and thank you to every single one of you. The backgrounds that I'm seeing, people in cars, people in their rooms, some in uniform, some in civvies, some got children, or some had children at the beginning, have now escorted the children away from the screen for various different reasons. It's such a joy to see every single one of you. This is what it is. It was what it's all about. I am so sorry that we're not all together at the Warrior Games where we should be. The pandemic has certainly changed or flipped life upside down for so many people. We all know how important the training is for these moments. It's not about the medals. It's not even so much about the winning, as far as most of us are concerned. You guys have already won. But I will never forget that first visit that I had to the Warrior Games, which inspired me to create the Invictus Games. And the Invictus Games never would have been created had I not been inspired by every single one of you and your companions and the families for everything that you give to the service of this country. So again, just an enormous thank you. These games are so important, whether it's the Warrior Games, whether it's the Invictus Games. It is ultimately the reminder of service, both at home and overseas. It is about caring for our physical as well as our mental fitness of those that have sacrificed so much. And that, again, is not just those who wear the uniform, but every single one of you, because as we know, once served, always serving. And that goes across the whole family network. And it is often the families that give so much, but that are sometimes forgotten. So to see every single one of you here with the pride on your faces makes me incredibly happy to know how far you guys have come, the dark places that you've been to, but where you are now, stronger than ever before, no doubt. And that is partly, if not mainly, down to sport. And everybody on this call recognizes and understands the importance of sport plays in every single person's life. But as part of rehabilitation, whether it's physical or mental, there really is nothing else that beats it. So again, thank you for inspiring us. Thank you for showing us the way. You guys are leaders in every aspect of your lives, both while serving and both within your community as well. And this community is as strong as ever. And that also makes me incredibly proud. I look forward to hearing from as many of you as possible after this, if not in the first part of the call, then the second part of the call, depending on how many children are screaming down the Zoom at the same time. But again, just an enormous amount of appreciation from myself and just immense gratitude, because to see you guys smiling when I know how much you've been through, it's not just about yourselves and your families, but you have to remember that you're doing this also for your brothers and sisters in arms. And those people that are in a really dark place, you know what it's like. You've been there yourselves. and you have recovered for yourself, and now you are leading them to their own recovery. So for that, I thank you. Ken, back to you.
Thank you, Prince Harry, for your comments as well as for your support.
That's it for now. Please like, subscribe, share, donate, etc. If you would like to make a donation and you don't know how, to help support this channel, you can go to the comments section. Okay, that was that was part of a video I made some time ago. You know, I have to retitle this thing. That's why I can never find it when I'm looking for it. But yeah, thanks, guys. Today's been great. All right. Have a great weekend. Love you all. We have to go. Let's see. Thank you, Prince to the world, Ginger Avenger. Oh, yeah. And thank you for the very nice compliment, Lydia Barber. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, I'm gone. See you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a big day for me. I have something I have to do. So I'm pretty sure that I'll be on tomorrow, but it'll probably be for a very short time. But I'll make sure that I chat with you all guys, tomorrow. So anyway, thanks. Happy birthday to Latrice. And I'm outie. Oh, wait, what's that one? Very important. Please pass on my congratulations to your grandma for her birthday and a very happy jubilee. I have my flags ready. Really? Okay, yeah, thank you for that. Cheers. God save the content creators. All right, you guys, gotta go.